What is up, you beautiful happy hustlers out there? Cary Jack here, and do you want to discover your life's purpose? Well, great, because I got the solution for you. It's right here. This is a guide to finding your life's purpose by my favorite author, Dan Millman. He wrote The Peaceful Warrior and 17 other best-selling books, but this book specifically is something I reference regularly, and it is The Life You Were Born to Live. And it actually has a life purpose calculator inside of it. This is truly a very unique modern method of insight based on ancient wisdom that's helped hundreds of thousands of people find more meaning, purpose, and direction in their lives. And it has helped me as well. And it's true. It really relates. Like if you actually read your number and the different explanation of it, you'll see it relates for you and it will most likely be true. It's quite interesting. But I want to share with you more insights on how to determine your life's purpose, your number, which is based off your birth date, and how to actually go about doing this in this message. Very tactical, very, to the point, and you'll actually be able to discover your life's purpose in greater depth. So here we go. Let's dive in. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to explain what this is, and I'm just going to read from the book so you can actually get the proper verbiage. But this is an objective method to determine the life path of anyone born between 1750 and the present time. So this is a unique way to determine your life's purpose based on your birthday. So when you're born, you get a name given to you by your parents, but you also get a number based on the universe and its divine timing. So this is based on your birthday. And I know this is a little woo-woo, but stick with me and just do it for yourself, and then you can decide, okay? The second thing is this addresses the strengths and the challenges of each life path in areas of health, money, and sexuality, okay? So it's really good for your partner. Steph and I have found some really great wisdom from just both inputting our numbers, and then it will combine you and your partner's numbers to speak to some of the adversities, some of the, beauties of those two numbers combined, and how to navigate. This is also key spiritual laws to overcome the hurdles on each life's path. So there's actual spiritual laws that are happening, like the law of attraction, for example, which is quite popular. But these are all mentioned in this book. It's worth the read. Anyway, continuing on, guidelines for finding a livelihood consistent with your drives and ability are all mentioned. The hidden dynamics of your relationships, not just with your significant other, but maybe with your business partner and your team, etc., in your inner circle, your family, friends. How to live in harmony with the 9-year cycles of your life. So Dan Millman actually breaks down your life in 9-year cycles. So each year you'll have a different objective in that life cycle. And then original insights into what makes a master number and why, new examples of well-known people on each life path, and how the author even learned this system and why Dan chose to share it. And Dan is actually a friend of mine. I've met him multiple times. I've went to his conferences. I've met and hung out with him in New York. We have a history together. He's been such an inspiration, such a mentor in my life. His original book, The Peaceful Warrior, transformed my entire childhood, and it really set me on a different trajectory. So I credit him a lot with that, that big pivot I made from hustling down this wrong path to happy hustling with integrity and in alignment. This is actually something that Deepak Chopra says, who wrote the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. He says, the life purpose system is absolutely amazing in its predictive value. It will help you sort out your life and guide you on the path to fulfillment. So this is, a little bit of what is inside this book, The Life You Were Born to Live. Now, I actually want to get into how to go about calculating your life's number, your birth number. We'll use the language from the book, but essentially method number one is you actually just go online to the life purpose calculator. So go right now to peacefulwarrior.com. You can pause this and you can actually go to peacefulwarrior.com. No, I'm not making any money from this or getting any affiliate commission or anything like that. This is just something that's really helped me, and I want to share it with you, the happy hustlers out there. So you can go to peacefulwarrior.com. Then in the menu, you click on Life Purpose to access the Life Purpose Calculator. And then you simply just enter your day, your month, and your year of birth. And then you'll see your birth number along with a paragraph of summary information about your life path. And then you can make note of your birth number. And then if you end up getting this book, The Life You Were Born to Live, it has a far greater explanation of each birth number. But online on, the peacefulwarrior.com, if you click on the life purpose and you actually put in your birthday, month, and year, you'll actually get a great synopsis. And you can actually plug in your partner's number too. If you have a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner, you can actually plug in their number and they'll tell you how compatible you are and a little bit of insight. So it's super interesting. They also have an app as well that you can get, the Life Purpose app, which is on iOS and Android. But regardless, okay, this is really cool. So now I want to share with you a little bit of insight into my own birth number and how this has actually benefited me and how it can actually benefit you. All right. So my birth number is 3811. Okay. 3811. So 11 stands for double creativity and security. 8 stands for influence and abundance. And then 3 stands for expression and sensitivity. So I'll just read the first paragraph. It says, those on the 3811 life path are here to combine creativity, hence, this content, and material success, learning to apply their power and express their energy with compassion and generosity. They aren't here to achieve wealth or influence for their own sakes, but rather in service of a larger cause, whether a small circle of friends or colleagues or community or the world at large, which I really resonate with because I don't feel like attaining wealth and abundance is truly for my own sake. I feel like I'm destined to give a lot of it away and in service of others and greater causes. So this really resonates with me. It talks about some of my sensitivities and feelings and overcoming self-doubt, and which really resonates. It talks about repressed anger towards authorities, which I've always had. I had to go to anger management when I was younger, which is odd for the happy hustler to say, but now I can tell you from experience, I'm happier than ever, and I really know how to control and manage my anger much differently. So this is interesting that it references that. It actually talks about leadership and contribution, which really resonates for me. It talks about how a 3811 may spend their life holding a tiger by the tail until they tame that tiger and learn to channel their energy in positive ways, which I have completely resonated with. They also talk about how you dedicate your life as a 3811 to a common cause or a higher purpose that extends beyond them in accordance with the law of higher will. And the more they purify their 8 characteristics and release their creative energy, which generates the courage to step forward into life. It talks about, actually what's interesting, it talks about the positives and the negatives of your birth number, which is super, beneficial because you want the pros and the cons. It talks about how 3811s, which is my birth number again, actually helps to solve long-standing problems, create new options, and open doors to a better world. It talks about how money is not a main issue for them. They apply their life force and there's always enough. They give and receive without keeping track of the score, and they attract others with a powerful energy field. They empower others abundantly and they share freely. They've learned to lead from a position of equality and mutual respect, driving material success with a path, a tidal wave of vitality makes for an exciting, productive life. So this is super cool. It talks about your health, your relationships, talent, work, and finances. Really like interesting stuff. One thing that really resonated, it talks about food. For me, it says, and this is interesting, it says, because this is 100% accurate. For me, it says those working 3811s to make their own, they make their own rules about nutrition, which is so true. They are too busy to make food a central issue in their life. And food is just fuel for their life and ambitions. You know, and I don't eat that often. Like I fast a lot. I sometimes forget to eat. And Steph, my wife now, has to remind me to eat. So it's so interesting how that hit the nail on the head. It talks about, you know, really with your relationships, how you can enhance your relationships both sexually and, you know, emotionally. And it's interesting. I got to tell you, it's a little woo-woo. I get it, but it's very interesting. I just wanted to, you know, share this with you because it's really important. So then at the end of the sub-chapter for your birth number in the book, it talks about the keys to fulfilling your destiny. And it's really interesting too to read these out. It says guidelines and recommendations for 3811, which for the record, I'm born on November 27th, 1989. So if anyone is born on that same day, this is your birth number. So it says guidelines and recommendations: take back your power, but also learn to let go of control. Do vigorous daily exercise to replace addictions, which I have to work out every day or else I feel like this angst. So this hits nail on the head. Express what you feel and feel the power of expression, and then find creative ways to help charitable causes, which I feel the most fulfilled when I am giving. So super cool stuff here. They also talk about useful questions to reflect upon, deepening your understanding, spiritual laws you want to leverage, the spiritual laws you want to leverage to change your life. It talks about the law of choices, the law of higher will, the law of honesty, the law of action, and the law of intuition. So yeah, these are really cool, just like things that I pick up along my journey that I always want to share, because these are the kind of things that can give you deeper self-awareness, deeper introspection, and help you to really happy hustle a life on purpose. So the life purpose calculator, again, you can go to peacefulwarrior.com and then click on the menu bar, go to life purpose calculator, and then you actually just put in your birthday. And then it'll tell you your life purpose number and a synopsis. And then if you want to go deeper, you want to pick up a copy, get the book, The Life You Were Born to Live by Dan Millman, amazing author. I would recommend checking out The Peaceful Warrior and The Journey of Socrates, which are two of my favorite books by him. I actually, fun fact, optioned the rights to the Journey of Socrates, one of my all-time favorite books, to make a movie of it, and I wanted to play the lead and direct it and star in it. And there was some things that kind of changed, so we ended up not going through with the contract and the deal and making the movie, but it was still really cool to explore that synergy. And eventually Dan and I will work together on something, I know. Trying to get him on the podcast, the Happy Hustle podcast, soon as well too. So anyway, this is something that's helpful for me. I wanted to share it with you. I highly recommend just going through and just seeing if it resonates, and if it does, go a little deeper, maybe get the book, but start with the website. Then you can go and pick up a copy of the book and then explore yours deeper. Inside the pages, you can actually look up your birth number. And then I would recommend looking up your partner's birth number too, so you can learn more about them. And really, that's how we grow. That's how we evolve. That's how we thrive and make the most of our lives. So I wanted to share this with you. I hope you got some value. I hope you actually go through and do the exercise and determine more about your life purpose and truly align with your divine calling. So I know this was a woo-woo episode, but I hope you got some value. Share with a friend, and I appreciate and love you. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace, y'all.